Hi guys, for those who haven't met me before, I'm Linda Griprich. I'm a naturopath and a nutritionist and a yin yoga teacher. Now today I'm going to show you 4 postures that I use regularly and I can highly recommend if you're having problems with sleeping. So that could look like troubles with falling asleep or staying asleep. Maybe you're waking up during the night or the morning feeling really restless or having to go to the bathroom and not being able to go back to sleep. So 4 postures, you can stay in them anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. The key with yin yoga postures is to gradually allow the body to open up. So don't throw yourself into a posture. The force is not going to get you anywhere, I promise you. So without me waffling on, I'm going to get straight into it. The first one being a dangle. So make sure that your feet are hip width apart. I'm going to do it from the side so you can see what I'm actually doing. Feet are hip width apart, and then you're just going to slowly roll the body down. And you're going to drop the backs of the hands onto the earth. And if you need to bend your knees, if you've got really tight hamstrings, then feel free. Just really dangling that head towards the earth, shaking out any tension in the shoulders. And if you feel like you can open up with the backs of the knees and straighten the legs somewhat, then feel free. Otherwise, stay with your bent knees. And we're going to stay here for about 3 minutes, just allowing all of that stuff, all of that racket to fall away out of the mind. It's a really good opportunity in that first posture to start to bring that breath into a calm place. So deepening the breath, slowing it down, and once you start to really bring attention to the breath, you will start to soften the mind, because they tend to work in tandem, the breath and the mind. You still one, you still the other. And with every breath, see if you can drip your chest and your heart towards your thighs. If you've got bent knees, you might want to rest them on your thighs. We got 30 more seconds here. Taking your final breath in. Empty it out. Now you can either unravel the spine and come back into standing, or I like to press the palms down, bring the soles of the feet out towards the mat in a 45-degree angle, and just come down into a squat. And if you can't come into a squat, then you can always pop, or if your heels don't touch the ground, you can always pop something underneath your heels. So make sure you've got your props close by, whether it's a bolster, blankets, towels, blocks. We're only going to be in this squat for about a minute. Pressing the knees back with the backs of the triceps. Taking your final breath in, emptying it out. You can pop the palms of the hands out in front of you and just come up onto your knees for a moment and sit back onto your heels. We're going to move into a wide open knees child's pose. So the feet are faced in towards each other like a tadpole, and you're going to open the knees as wide as they can go, and they don't need to be too wide. They can be a little bit closer if you like. I like to keep them somewhere, you know, on the outside of my yoga mat. And then we're just going to fold forward, leading with the heart, creeping the arms out in front of you, and just resting the chest and the chin onto the earth, or you can rest the forehead onto the earth. And we're here for 5 minutes. Really supportive to the nervous system, this posture. And over time, you might want to creep the palms of the hands out towards the front of you to find that other edge, so the next edge of depth. And you may not have it in your range today. You may need to actually back off. So every day is different. It's really about being aware of what your body needs on a daily basis. And we have 1 more minute here. Taking your final breath in, emptying it out, and slowly making your way up, palms pressing up, just allowing the head to come up last and just allowing it to be soft, bringing the knees in towards each other. And we're just going to move into a passive child's pose where the arms are alongside the body and the forehead just rests onto the mat, allowing the shoulders to drop. We're not here for long, so really dripping the shoulders into the earth. I tend to carry a lot of tension in the shoulders, as many do. So even if you feel like you've released it all, go that 1 step further. And when you're ready, just making your way up into a seated position. Bringing the feet and the legs out in front of you, lengthening them out. If you have props near you, so it could be a bolster, it could be a blanket rolled up or a towel rolled up, then you may want to use this in the next posture. We're going to move into a caterpillar-like position. And this is essentially a forward fold. So if you've got really tight hamstrings, then you may just want to bend your knees, or you can pop a bolster on top of your leg so you can just rest over the bolster. And this just gives you a little bit of a forward fold where you're probably feeling it quite strongly in that lower back, even at this point. And that's fine, that's absolutely fine. Wherever you need to be, just go to that place. And I'll just remove the bolster so you get a good look at what caterpillar can look like in its full range. Again, my hamstrings can be quite tight as well. So I like to press the backs of the hands onto the earth so that it reminds me not to use any force. So no force to grab the toes. We're just trying to keep it really relaxed. And we're going to creep out through the backs of the hands, out in front of us, alongside the legs, and drop the head, the forehead, somewhere around the knees and folding forward. And just taking your time, gently opening up the body. And there's no rush. We are here for 5 minutes, so you have time to find the different edges. So you go to a certain point, and that's your first edge, where you feel a little bit of tenderness, a little bit of discomfort. And you just hold it there for about a minute. And then if you feel like you can go a little bit further, then creep the backs of the hands towards the feet and drop a little bit further. Forehead rests again somewhere around the knees. Again, your challenge might be just backing off or remaining still in that one position. But wherever you are, just focus on your breath. And if you start to feel a bit of heat rise in the body or a bit of frustration, just on your exhale, breathe it out. You can make noise if you like. Caterpillar is such an amazing posture for many reasons. It helps to really open up through the vertebrae of the spine, so it supports the spine. And the spine is a support system for our entire body. So when we support the spine, we support all of the organs in our body and all of the systems in our body. Our digestive system, our nervous system, our respiratory system. And in your final minute, seeing if you can reach the backs of the hands somewhere towards your feet, creeping them out in front of you and dropping a little bit deeper. Taking your final breath in, emptying it out, and then slowly making your way up, rolling your spine ever so slowly, letting your head be the last thing that comes up. And we're going to move our way onto our backs. So slowly making your way down, and you can press the soles of the feet onto the mat. So keep the feet as wide as the mat and knock the knees in towards each other to begin with. And then if it's okay on your back, then lengthening out through the legs and lying flat on your back. Just enjoying the stillness in between. The postures in between the more active postures are equally as important, because that's when that energy flow that we generate when we're in our more active posture moves throughout the body and goes on to nourish our organs and the systems in our body, in our nervous system. And at times during this still posture in between, you might find that you feel a little bit vulnerable, a little bit tender. So just know that those feelings will pass. And it's actually a good thing. Now moving on to our final posture, which is just legs up against the wall. But getting into it is the most important bit. So you want to make sure that you are quite close to the wall. So your butt is quite close to the wall. And once you get your butt really close to the wall, straighten up, lengthen the legs out towards the ceiling, feet are flat, arms are alongside the body, and you close the eyes down. Such a restorative posture. I love this. And you could actually stay in here longer than 5 minutes. You could stay in this posture for 15 minutes if you like, even 20, if that feels okay. And being that it is our second last posture, then you are more than welcome to do that. You can always pop an eye pillow or a blanket over your eyes just to really quieten the mind. And take one last breath here. Empty it out. And draw the knees in towards your chest. You can stay here for a moment. And then roll over to your right side. And when you're ready, just making your way up into a seated position again, just allowing that head to come up really softly. And now we're going to move into their final posture, which is Shavasana. So lengthening out through the feet, the hands, maybe stretching out through the feet and the hands. Now we're going to move into the final posture, Shavasana. So finding a way onto the mat. I like to spread the legs open as wide as they can go, flop the feet to either side of the room and allow the shoulders to really drip back and down into the earth. The pelvis really softens, the abdomen softens, and all the muscles in your face soften. You know, you can stay in this posture for as long as you like. But if you're ready to move, start to deepen your breath. Become aware of your body in the room. You can wriggle the toes and the fingertips. And only when you're ready, rolling over to one side. And just resting there for a moment with your eyes closed. And just finding your way up into seat, allowing that head to be really soft as it makes its way up into a seated position. And there you have it. 4 postures to support the nervous system, calm the mind so that you get a more sound and restful sleep. Give them a go, you really have nothing to lose.